Terrell here with another review, this time for the 2023 movie Suzume, which is coming to theaters this month. And you know, I gotta say, I'm not surprised, but movie is good. And I'm here to kind of break it down for you, give you the review, and tell you what it's all about. Suzume, if you're not familiar, Makoto Shinkai movie. So if you know, if you've seen Your Name or Weathering with You, kind of that same vibe, kind of like always like this. I don't want to say like a disaster movie, but like, you know, this person has to overcome this thing to kind of save the world, and this is what we get here. We get a 17-year-old girl by the name of Suzume who runs into a mysterious guy while going to school one day, and you know, yeah, he's asking if there's any like mysterious doors, anything like that around. She explains, and then you know they kind of their paths kind of intertwine, and then you know she then opens a door that should have remained closed that then starts to unleash disasters upon the world. So then it becomes her job and our friend here to close these doors that cause disasters. And Shoto is the name of the character that she's working with. Don't want to give away too much, but that's just the overall story of that. And you know, stuff happens along the way that makes that more challenging. I really like the character of Suzume. I really obviously deep dive a lot into her life and like what's going on. We kind of get the backstory that, and you see this all in the trailer, so I don't want you to think it's a spoiler. We see the backstory that somebody close to her has died, and kind of the reason for why she's kind of going through what she's going through. Still trying to find like a place where she belongs, because we see that she is living with her aunt, and she's trying to kind of figure it all out. And everything that's going on, and she just kind of, you know, from what they show, she's kind of displaced in school, like she's kind of floating through it all. And I thought they did a really good job of like going through her backstory, and you know, this story becomes like a travel around all of Japan, which is a really good showcase to see, you know, more and more of Japan, and like these mysterious doors are in abandoned places throughout Japan that have like sad memories and stuff tied to them. So we see that you know, once she opens the one door, then you know, it then becomes her job working with Shoto to like fix, like pretty much stop this before these giant worms come out and cause calamities to the earth, because you see periodically throughout the movie that the first step of it all is you know, you start to see like the earthquakes throughout Japan, and pretty much like once the calamity fully comes out, and I'm thinking of like Calamity Ganon, once the calamity fully comes out, then everybody will die, earth will be destroyed. So really good cast here. I think, you know, they did a really amazing job just setting this up. Like I said, I don't want to spoil anything, but I just, like I said, it's good. I've seen all of these movies, and I think this is by far, I think my favorite one in just terms of story so far. Because like Weathering with You is like endless rain, like Japan is flooding. Your Name is like another love story. Like they do a really good job of like using kind of like these disaster plots, or like these overall like back magical story plots to kind of set up these stories with these characters that are like, I think are really fully fleshed out, and they have a lot of like depth to them, which you don't really get because sometimes in animation movie, because they're kind of just skipping through. But Shinkai does a really good job of like building characters in this world while setting up like the ridiculous overall plot of like what's going on. Talk about the animation. Really nothing bad to say. I mean, they always make sure they get the budget and it's top notch. I think they do a really good job of like half and half of like sometimes you'll get like a couple 3D models. There are places where you'll see like Suzume running, and it doesn't look the same as the regular animation that you get through like as she's like normally walking and stuff like that. Not like jarring or anything like that, but like I said, you do notice it if you're paying attention. You do notice like some of the cuts where like the animation will be different, and obviously like the difference in animation with them showing like the calamity coming out of the gate and some like the magical aspects. It looks really freaking good. I highly recommend obviously seeing this in the theater if you can, just because of the aspect of like just a lot of the colors and like the animation and like a lot of the stuff that's set up here. And I feel like you definitely need like a really big screen or a really good spread to see it. Not to say that you need to, but like I said, like, I recommend seeing this in the theater for sure. And like I said, that movie is going to be out this month, so to get your tickets. Like I said, the animation is absolutely freaking stunning. The character models not different from what they've already used before. Like pretty much, obviously they're using real people or animating people, so they kind of use the same animation stuff, but it's the stuff around it that you see like the big differences are like the world itself, the buildings, the creatures, the stuff that they show, like it looks freaking amazing. So I have no complaints whatsoever when it comes to animation. It's always a 5 out of 5 for me. Um, and like I said, this is not once you have time to work on a movie. So they're pretty much putting, they're gonna make sure that you got the best animation for 2 hours. It's a 2 hour movie too. So they definitely hit a lot of points here and make sure that you getting the best visuals out of this. Um, the score, the music, right? Like the music, oh my god, obviously these movies are always sad, sad. They're happy, they're all over the place, but they do a really good job of obviously making sure that you feel that emotion through the music. And even like the action scenes where like they're in the air or doing whatever, you definitely get a feel of like what's going on. You feel the weight of like how serious it is through the music. And it's good. And again, it's one of those things where I think you need to be in the theater of a really good sound system, because it was really 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 good. And like I said, I highly recommend. Like if this has a soundtrack, you already know I'm going to be on Apple Music or like whatever that you can get this on. Um, because like, this is just going to be freaking amazing. But like I said, they did a really good job with the score. I have no complaints. Again, that's another 5 out of 5 for me. They did a really amazing job with doing that. Like I said, they just tied it perfectly well. Not like back in the day where you watch anime and they would have some random rock music on that didn't make sense to like the overall movie and like what am I watching right now? But no, the score is amazing. So shout out to the music, the people who worked on this, the music. You did an amazing job. Now I seen this movie. It was dubbed. I'm sorry. Subtitled. So I've had the original Japanese language, but as somebody that watches a lot, and I say a lot of Japanese animation, um, I can pick up. I mean, personally, I can pick up the different voice actors. I can tell who's who by who's doing certain voice acting. Most people it kind of all plays around, but obviously I know the difference between Goku, One Piece, Luffy, or Naruto, stuff like that. Like I said, I watch a lot of it, so I pick it up on a lot, and I can tell you that the Japanese voice acting in this is really really good. I think they do a really good job, even though I'm reading it, and it's not an English dub. Even though I'm reading it, I can still feel the weight of the emotion through the lines. Like when some of the sad scenes hit, I can still feel, as I'm reading it, the emotion that's in the line, and you could feel it in the influx of like their voices and stuff like that. They do a really really good job. And like I said, it's just nothing short of amazing. Like I don't think I've seen any of these movies and was like, man, I thought the voice acting was annoying. They need to do a better job, stuff like that. No, this is really really good, and like I said, I highly recommend it. Obviously, if this has an English dub too, I'm going to check it out. But just already being sold on this version of it, they did a really 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 good job. Shout out to all the cast and crew that did the voice acting for this. Not a super big cast, but like because you show all token stuff like that, but everybody did a really good job. And actually, while I am talking about it right now, I could probably tell you Nanoka Hara, she does the voice of Suzume. So you probably recognize her. She's been in various films, and you probably get more of her work, but she does a really good job playing Suzume. Like I said, I have no complaints about this movie. It was just, my God, it's gorgeous. It sounds great. These movies are always good. I mean, I don't think I've seen one bad one. I don't think Shinkai's put out one bad movie. Not at least, that's my opinion. But obviously, to wrap it all up, movie is going to be out coming out this month in April. Please go check it out. I feel like these movies always come out in April. Please go check it out. It is worth your time. 2 hours. I recommend taking somebody with you. Typically with these type of movies, they have a limited release. I do see myself seeing this again. It's that good. Like I said, it's one of the best that I've seen so far. And I think that I just think the overall plot for me just hit hard. You know what I mean? Not relating to the main character or anything like that, because I haven't gone through that experience, but just the overall of like her emotions tied with like the Shoto and everything that's going on in the movie is really, really good. So like I said, I do recommend it. For me personally, this was a 10 out of 10. And like I said, I seen One Piece Film Red. This is 10 out of 10. They do a really good job. Suzume is definitely a movie that I see myself buying on Blu-ray and watching it multiple times, digital multiple times. And I guess I do want to see how the English cast does for this movie. Highly recommend it. Check it out. Comes out this April. I want to say April 14th, but I want to say April. It's coming out April for sure. But check it out. Check it out theaters. Please reserve your tickets. Let me know what you think about the movie, or just kind of your thoughts going in before you even see the movie, the trailer, anything like that. Let me know what you think, and leave a comment below. Again, the movie was amazing. I think you'll like it too. And look, check out the other movies while you got the opportunity. But overall, Suzume 10 out of 10 for me. Leave me a comment and everything below. Like the video and everything like that. And then come back and watch some more of my amazing reviews, because I'm having a good time watching these great movies. And check this movie out as well. So, Suzume, April. See you guys next time. See ya.